let me get that introduction. We on a long road to self-destruction.
Welcome back, everybody. The objective of today is to go ahead and reach 1.1 million on the Lich. Obviously, everybody's build is going to be different. No one really has the same amount of players as someone else, but if you happen to have what I have, then hopefully this will work for you. Mind you, I'm going to run this one on auto. You can beat this manually with this same lineup even easier, but you know, we might as well try to impress and try to do it on auto. So I'm gonna hop into the lineup and let's get to it.
This is what you get for playing with me.
And just as a side note, I didn't fully mola all of these people, and I also didn't fully I-90 all their equipment. So I'm crossing the finish line barely with this. If you went ahead and maxed out all those stats and their equipment, you would probably get this even easier. So I would say if you're trying to save on molas and equipment, then go ahead and run this manually. If you don't really care and you were going to mola these people anyway, then you should be fine, like more than fine. First up, we have Bomb Model Kanna. Now her whole thing is going to be just like Yuna from the last video. She's going to be a damage dealing support healer, which basically means as she's doing damage, she's going to be healing the team. For the attributes, I'm going with about 3200 attack, 275 crit damage, and around 220 speed. For the artifact, Bloodstone. This right here will allow Kanna to be the healer for the team. So that way you don't have to spend a spot on an actual Soul Weaver. You can run her, deal damage, and heal the team at the same time. For the exclusive equipment, let's go ahead and go with Nana's game console number 2. This will give you more speed and up your dual attack chance. Next up is going to be Cecilia. The artifact that you use honestly doesn't matter. I gave her one that gives her an increase in defense, but to be honest, you can give her any knight artifact and she should be fine. The name is getting away from me, but there's also a knight artifact to where every time your teammates are hit, she counterattacks. That's a good one because she'll be constantly trying to go after a defensive break on the green expedition. Now for the EE, you have to go with Black Winter Spear number 2. This is going to allow her to slow down the Lich with her S2. For the stats, I'm going with 23,000 health, 240 speed, and 180 effectiveness. Now this seems very excessive, but for some reason the Lich, his resistance seems to be very high even though it's only at 100%. So with Cecilia, this is going to up your chance to go ahead and slow him down and get defensive breaks with your S1, which is going to be a must when trying to beat him. Third up, we got Haste, regular Haste. Now he's going to be helping out with applying the defense down, and he's also going to be able to strip the attack up buffs that the Lich gets. And on top of that, he's going to be helping out with pouring on some extra damage. Violet's Talisman seems to work just fine here. Honestly, you can use any other artifact that the thieves have. They have a lot of good artifacts that either increase your attack or can increase the extra damage that you output. So I went with Violet's just for the extra damage output, but honestly, a lot of the thieves artifacts will work for this. For the exclusive equipment, I'm going with Blood Choker number 1. Look, any reason to go ahead and try to break the defense of the opponent is just a must. So I would say go ahead and equip that one for this run. Checking out the stats, 2400 attack is cool, 250 crit damage is all right, and 2010 speed will do. Try to go ahead and pump up his effectiveness as high as possible. I would say 145 to 160 is cool, but if you can get it higher, sure, without compromising any of those other stats that I just said. Last up, we got Research Carrot. Everybody who has this game should have this character, so I don't want to hear too many excuses about this one. Now, go ahead and pair her up with the Severed Horned Wand. If you don't have it, go ahead and give her a different artifact that just increases her damage. There's tons of mage artifacts out there that do that. This is the one I'm going with. Go ahead and give her around 3000 attack, 200 crit damage, and about 170 speed is just fine. I think some effectiveness is needed, but you don't have to go too crazy. Somehow she still is able to pull off a strip and be able to pull off the slow effect on the Lich at all times. So, or at least a good amount of time. So I wouldn't stress out too much about the effectiveness, but if you're able to give a little bit of extra, cool. As a must, you have to fill out her skill tree. I would say your best bet for winning this is to go ahead and do that. There's a lot of extra effects that she has that will help along with the fight. And it doesn't really cost you that much to be able to set that up. So go ahead and fill out that level 30 and then get out there. Now for her memory imprint, you should also be able to get this pretty easy. They hand out carrots like candy. And with a full concentration, you can run it either in concentration mode or in release mode as far as her imprint goes. So don't stress out too bad about that. I've beaten it both ways. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the strategy of this whole thing. Cecilia and Carrot's whole job is to slow him down and try to strip any extra buffs that the Lich gets. Now, Cecilia and Haste, their job is going to be working on breaking defense. Kanna, her whole thing is just do damage, increase the attack of the team, and increase speed of the team. Along the way, she'll be healing the team just by doing damage, so that's not really that complicated. Carrot and Haste, they're going to be additional damage dealers. If by some miracle you're able to give Cecilia a bunch of crit damage without losing out on her other stats and give her a crit chance, she's also going to be helpful as far as it goes with dealing damage. But just having those three back there doing damage should be enough. Now that we've gone through the strategy, I'm going to go ahead and run this. And for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and speed this shit up a little bit.
You'll be destroyed. I guess it's Nana's turn. Here comes the grand finale.
I will kill them all.
I've already finished analyzing you.
Lance of Steel. So boring. Are you ready?
I'm gonna be in so much trouble after this. Oh well.
Disappear, evil one. I'll show you my secret methodology. This is what you get for playing with me. I will break through.
Bombs away. Oops, did I forget to ask first?
Is it already over?
You'll be destroyed. I'm gonna be in so much trouble after this. Oh well.
Statistically, the odds are on my side. The hell's like the flesh in two. Grant me the strength to destroy evil. This is what you get for playing with me.
I guess it's Nana's turn. Here comes the grand finale.
Disappear, evil one. I'll show you my secret methodology. I will break through. This is what you get for playing with me.
Bombs away. Oops, did I forget to ask first?
So boring.
You'll be destroyed. I'm gonna be in so much trouble after this. Oh well.
I've already finished analyzing you.
All right, cool. There you go. So, yeah, I barely crossed the finish line, but to be fair, I crossed the finish line. I've run this one on auto several times, and I would say probably out of 10 times, they should get to the finish line about 7 times. So it's not perfect, but it's doable. And if you feel like, hey, I'm not getting it done on auto, then flip that switch over to manual and just do it yourself. Between all the soul burns you get, you'll easily get over 1.1 mil. And on top of that, if you do want to go ahead and run on auto, go ahead and do what I didn't do, which is level up all your equipment to level 90 and go ahead and max out all your molded. And with that being said, thank you everybody for watching. I'll go ahead and try to come up with more lineups if possible to see if there's a way to beat him with any other types of people that I have. If I do, I'll make a video. Otherwise, see you guys on the next one.
I'll show you my secret methodology.